If you're here watching this right now, chances are you're exhausted. Exhausted from meeting people you hoped were the one, only to end up feeling emptier each time. You've prayed for clarity, yet confusion keeps clouding your mind. You've started questioning everything. Am I being too picky? Is this how love is supposed to feel? Meanwhile, it looks so easy for everyone else. Like Allah is withholding something from you, maybe even punishing you. But what almost no one tells you is this. When someone is truly meant for you, your heart won't race with anxiety. Instead, it will rest in peace. A peace you've probably never felt in all those relationships you knew deep down weren't right. If you're tired of second-guessing yourself and you want to finally recognize what it feels like when something is genuinely meant to be, stay with me. Because what I'm about to share might just be the answer Allah has been waiting for you to hear before you waste another moment wondering if you're enough. The issue isn't that you don't know what you want. It's that you've grown used to chasing what's wrong for you. Think about it. Every time someone shows you interest, you immediately wonder, is this the one? Has Allah finally answered my dua? And before they've even revealed who they truly are, you start weaving them into your future. You build stories in your mind, ignoring the red flags Allah places in your path. Because deep down, you're terrified. Terrified of waiting too long, of ending up alone, of being forgotten by the one who created you. But the truth you need to hear is this. When the right person shows up, your heart won't need convincing. It won't be about butterflies or fireworks. It will be the quiet realization that whispers, this is what I prayed for, even if I forgot. See, the signs from Allah aren't loud. They're subtle, hidden in the calm you feel with the right person and the clarity you find when you pray istikhara. You've probably missed them because you were searching for something dramatic instead of listening for something sincere. But that stops today. Let's talk about the clear signs that someone might actually be written for you. Signs you've been yearning for but didn't know how to recognize. First, it feels peaceful, not perfect. You don't lose yourself trying to keep them interested. Think about the times you've met someone and instantly thought, please let this be it. I'm so tired. What happens next? You start molding yourself to fit their expectations, pretending to like what they like, laughing at jokes that don't even amuse you, hiding parts of yourself out of fear they might walk away. But when Allah writes someone into your life, there's no need for performance. You're not anxiously dissecting every text or panicking over delays in replies. Peace settles in your chest like a quiet answer to a silent dua. Allah describes this in the Quran perfectly. And among His signs is that He created for you mates from among yourselves, so that you may find tranquility in them. Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. Notice Allah promises tranquility, not chaos or confusion. If you don't feel that peace, maybe that's your first sign it isn't meant for you. Second, it aligns with a dua you made long ago, one you may have forgotten. Have you ever met someone who feels strangely familiar, like you've known them before, even though you've never crossed paths? Later, during quiet moments, you remember the nights you cried to Allah, begging Him to send someone who understands your struggles, who lightens your burdens, who helps you feel closer to Him. You moved on, tucked those prayers away, but Allah didn't forget. And when you find yourself becoming more mindful of your salah, more sincere in your du'as, or more cautious of your boundaries just by being around them, that's Allah gently reminding you. Remember what you asked for? This is it. The signs aren't flashy. They're hidden in these subtle shifts that pull you back to Him. Third, you're willing to walk away the moment things slip into haram. This might sound backward, but it's one of the clearest signs someone is written for you. You're more concerned with protecting your relationship with Allah than clinging to a relationship with a person. Too many people get trapped making excuses when things feel good, but cross lines they never would have tolerated before. Late-night conversations blur boundaries, and your connection with Allah starts to fade quietly in the background. But when someone is right for you, you find the courage to ask, is this bringing me closer to Allah or pulling me further away? Real love doesn't lead you astray. It makes you willing to lose what you love if it means not losing Allah. That's not weakness. It's spiritual clarity. Remember the hadith, whoever leaves something for the sake of Allah, He will replace it with something better. You won't truly grasp the power of that until you've walked away from something tempting trusting that Allah will send what's best. Fourth, istikhara isn't a shortcut to seeing dreams or dramatic signs. It's a gateway to clarity. Too often, people treat istikhara like a spiritual vending machine. You make the dua, go to sleep, and expect a miraculous vision. When that doesn't happen, you spiral into doubt and confusion. But istikhara isn't about forcing Allah to give you a clear yes or no. It's about trusting Him to gently open doors meant for you and close the ones that will harm you. True istikhara doesn't always change your situation, it changes your heart. It shifts your mindset from, is this the one? To, Ya Allah, if this isn't good for me, take it away, even if I want it badly. That's when clarity comes. Because when things don't work out, you'll feel peace knowing something bigger than you is protecting you, even if you can't yet see what you were saved from. Fifth, you're not trying to fix them. You're growing with them. There's a huge difference between loving someone for who they are versus loving who they might become if they just change. Many fall into the trap of entering relationships thinking they can help someone become a better Muslim. He'll start praying once we're together, or she'll start wearing hijab after marriage. But marriage isn't a spiritual rescue mission. When it's right, it doesn't feel like you're dragging them forward or they're dragging you down. Instead, you're walking side by side, imperfect, but inspiring each other to improve. You catch them quietly making dua, or they inspire you to pray with more sincerity, without needing to say a word. That's not about potential, that's presence. When you're with them, you grow closer to Allah together, and that's the final, most important sign. But understand this, these aren't the only signs. Every journey is unique, every soul has its own story. This isn't a checklist you take out on dates, it's a mirror to help you reflect. The real question isn't, do they make you feel good, but do they help you become better? Because when something is truly from Allah, it doesn't just stir your emotions, it transforms your character and strengthens your faith. If this message resonated with you, if it made you think of someone, or maybe helped you rethink someone, drop a comment and write, Ya Allah, guide me to what's written for me and protect me from what isn't. Let that be your silent dua today, and maybe Allah will count it as the first step toward your clarity. May He protect your heart from attachments to anything not meant for you. May He replace your confusion with conviction, and when the time is right, bring you someone who reminds you of Him more than they distract you from Him. If this video touched your heart, don't just scroll away. Click the like button so more hearts can benefit. Subscribe if you haven't already and turn on the bell so you never miss another reminder. We're not here to mindlessly scroll past guidance. We're here to build hearts that seek Allah above all else. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.